Hey guys, wobble wobble wobble, this is Downtown Adrian J where the kicking sounds in London town. You're through with me live on Adrian J. Don't move that dial. Hey guys, so whatever part we're on now, today I'm going to try and remove the lock, the door handle, the Comfort Access door handle, which I don't think is the hard bit. I think the hard bit is going to be put it back in again. So I'll pull the car in. There's not a lot of space. I had to kind of get it on this side and kind of climb over the seats. So I'll see what I can show you. So the idea is we're going to disconnect, pull the handle out, and just see basically if the Comfort Access will work on the driver's side door. I may pull the battery and then reset it if that doesn't work. And if it doesn't, then I'm looking at two Comfort Access doors, or maybe I can replace one and see if that fixes it, but I have to look at the prices. So anyway, let's go and have a look at the car. So this, we have to pull this, out, because the screw is behind there for this. It's a bit tricky. I'll have to check out which Torx it is. Now if you can see there, I'll try and get a good shot of there. That is the Torx there. You need to, I think it might be a T20, and basically unscrew it. It stays captive in there. Actually I found out it's a 4mm hex. That's weird, but anyway, so I'm gonna get that in there and unscrew it, and I'll come back to you. Now as you see, it stays out, it won't pull out any further, so don't worry about that. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to do this, and we're going to try it this way. So basically you close the door, pull it out, let it go like this, and then this should just come straight out. Close the door, just kind of move this out of the way, then put it to the back, and out it comes, and bingo. That's the tricky bit, that's the tricky lock. So everything in there is fine. I'm going to bring this over to the table and we'll have a look at it. There's a little bit here you've got to unclip somewhere. Yeah, you've got to unclip that, get a pick in there, unclip that, and this will all come out. And I'm going to check this out at the desk. So this is a sealed unit. There's nothing really that will go wrong. There's a capacitive thing inside there. I can't see any shorts or anything weird or wonderful. The terminals look good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to, the thing is, as I said, we're not sure whether this is going to work without it or not. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just check the terminals and the others on in the car. As you can see, the terminals are good. Can't see in there, but they're good. So what I'm going to do now is take a wander over there and see if that works. What do you think? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Let's have a look. So I just went over to the other handle, tried to open it with the Comfort Access, and it didn't work. So the fact that this was removed and may or may not have been putting a short on it, I don't know. But it hasn't worked. What I'm going to try to do now, I'm going to pull the battery, reset the battery. Shall I reset the battery? Shall I connect it back up again and see what happens? Interesting. I'm going to I don't see what that's going to prove. Maybe, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the, just thinking, should I pull the battery? If I pull the battery, that takes, if there's any shorts on there, maybe I'll just connect this back up again. Maybe I will connect this up and see what happens. I'm going to try that. Give me a minute. I'm going to go just hook it up onto that the connector and see if that helps. That didn't work, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the battery and reset everything and see if that helps. Okay, make sure that this is, so open the door, close the door. Okay, you saw that little clip there? That will come forward, right? Put this in, can you see? They're really tricky, but it's actually quite easy. Get this bit into there, you'll see, it goes in there. And you'll see this doesn't line up properly, which is fine, don't worry. Get the LED, clip the LED in here, that's fine. Now, you get your doofer, put it in here. You see how that came forward? That is how you do it. There's no trick in doing it. Now I'm going to put the screw in and give it another try. Just to reiterate, first one door handle failed, then the second door handle, and I was hoping the first door handle caused the second door handle to fail. Well, to fail in the sense that it's not really failed. Does that make kind of sense? I was hoping that there's maybe a short of some condition on the bus, because it's a bus. Now, when I looked at the circuit, and I'll try and put some kind of thing there somewhere, these handles are on what's called a K-bus, and I'm going to draw it here somewhere. It's on the K-bus, and they connect into the Comfort Access, which is connected in between the CA Comfort Access module and the CAS module. So there's nothing in between. Now, I'm assuming that the Comfort Access module is working because everything else works. The CAS must be working because everything to do with the CAS works. So that's what I'm assuming. Is it possible that we've got two faulty handles? Problem is, each one of those handles are around 250 bucks. And I don't know if I want to spend 250 bucks. That's 500 bucks I have to spend for two handles, because they have to be color coded to the car, so they have to be red. So I'm assuming that I went on eBay and I couldn't find anything. I'm going to have another look. There is a couple of guys I know, and I'm going to send them a message and see if they've got or can get hold of the parts. I don't even mind getting something which is not going to do the job properly or fail, like, you know, 40 or 50 buck job. If I can prove replacing them will work, fixes it. If that fixes it, that means I have to spend another 250 to fix the other side, or I might waste 250 bucks if it's something else that's gone. There is, however, and this is where I'm in an RN, I have to talk to my mate Reclaimer. I looked in the Comfort Access manual, the BMW workshop manual, and it refers specifically that if you have to do work on any of the modules, or specifically, it says specifically the door handles, you need to reset the CAS and or reinitialize the Comfort Access module. Comfort Access module, if that gets screwed up, what's the worst that can happen? None of the Comfort Access will work. If the CAS goes, then I've got a dead car. I've bricked the car. So, I don't know. I don't want to spend that amount of money if I'm not keeping the car. And I don't want to spend 250 bucks per handle. That's where I'm at the moment. maybe I've learned a lot. I'll tell you something. I've learned a lot now on pulling BMWs apart. It's definitely a learning experience, and I don't know if you've been watching, if you found it helpful. I was a little bit worried putting those handles in. Guys, I'm going to tidy up for now. Have a word with my mate Reclaimer, see what he thinks about resetting those units, because if I can reset those units without any issues and that resolves it, then fine. But if it doesn't and those handles are screwed, it's like one went faulty and then the other one both went faulty. I don't know how common that is. I wish I could get a handle, excuse the pun, I wish I could get a handle on how common that is. In the handle, there are three, I think there's two or there's three capacitive sensors in the handle. And there's also an antenna, allegedly. But then there's three cables. You would have thought it picked those up. I don't know. I think the antenna... Yes, there is an antenna. Right. Yes, of course there has to be an antenna. Duh. Because you walk up to the car with the key fob. You've got to walk up to the car with the key fob. It detects the key fob from the aerial. And it sends that to say, hey, there's someone with the key fob there with the correct ID. And it sends it to the cache, which says, okay, unlock the car. Otherwise, you just go and open the car if it didn't have the aerial, right? So, could it be that the aerial is built into the handle, right? And so they're on two separate handles. Both aerials are screwed. Only thing I can think of is the aerials are screwed. It's not seeing it because there's three sensors. You would have thought if one of the sensors one of the capacitive sensors were failing on the handle, you would have thought that what will happen is you may be able to lock the door or open the door, right? Or on one door you may be able to open, the other one you may be able to close it. Because is it possible that both handles have the same fault, i.e. all three of those sensors are not working, the capacitive sensors are not working? Maybe they're wired in series or something, I don't know. Or is it possible that both antennas on there are not working? There's an antenna in the middle. There's an antenna in the middle of the car. But I don't know if that, maybe it might be worth replacing it. I'll have to have a look at that antenna, maybe in the middle of the car. Maybe something a bit goofy with that. I don't know exactly what that... I think what the antenna in the middle of the car, this is what it does, right? When you get in the car, it detects the key. Because there's like 5 antennas, and it detects where the key is in the car. Whether you're outside of the car, on the driver's side, or the passenger side, or the boot area, or the front. It kind of encompasses that area. So it knows where you are. So when you get in the car, it has to know you're in the car for the keyless start. That's what that the sensor in the console is. Because sometimes if you put your key with a phone, it can't detect it because it messes up the radio frequency. So that's how you know that antenna is working. That's what that does. They're obviously coming into one common point. Is there a cabling fault? Do you know what I should have done? Maybe what I should have done is this is what I should have done. I'm going to do this. I can't do this tomorrow. Maybe I might do this tomorrow. I'm going to take the handle out. This is what I should have done. I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull that handle out and I'm going to check for a short. I don't know if I can check for an open circuit. I don't. Will it tell me if there's I can't. It's going onto a bus. Okay. I can't tell if there's an open circuit because I don't know enough about the circuit to tell if there's an open circuit. It's like there's 3 cables coming out of things, so I can measure across 2 of them, or 1 and 2, or the left in the middle one, or the right in the middle one, or those 2, and I can see if there's a short. but I can only check for a short. I can't tell if, like, between 1 and earth, will I see I could try. I don't know if I'll see an open circuit. That's one thing I forgot to do. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to video myself doing that. I'm going to open up the thing because it takes a long time to do the video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up. I'm going to put a meter across there, see if I can see a short. If I can see a short, that's definitely not good. Then at least I know what the issue is. There's something on there. They're coming in on 2 cables into the thing. There must be, because one's on one side of the car, the other's on the other side. It goes in through the door, blah, 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 and it connects up somewhere, wherever it is. So if I've got a short on one side, then I can check to see if there's a short on another. Maybe I can check to see if there's a short to ground as well. I can go between 1 and ground to see if there's a resistance or there's a short. You should never have a, you should have a you may have an open circuit depending on what it's connected to, but you should never have a short circuit. So I can check between one of them and the ground to see if it's short, if it's, well, it might be connecting to ground, I don't know. But I don't think you'd ever get a short to ground on those cables. I don't know, I honestly don't know enough about it. I'm going to try that tomorrow. So that's where I'm going to check the shorts, check for shorts, and then have a word with my mate, see if there's anything, what he would suggest on resetting the CAS and resetting the Comfort Access. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this hope you found this interesting, and if you've got any ideas on this, please, you know, I actually, at this stage in the game, I really don't care about likes and subscribes, seriously, honestly. Just like, I just put this stuff out because I'm hoping it helps someone. And if you have any ideas on that, please just put it in there. And if you've got any thoughts on whether I should actually just replace the handles and say screw it to the $250 each, or at least just one to prove one's working or not. But another thing is, I don't want to put one on to find that it will short it out and bust, because then I think that's what maybe happened this time. Anyway, I'm out of time. Wearing along, I'm out of here. Thanks a lot, guys. Peace out. Unity, I'm out here like a thief tonight. God bless you all.